The interior of the Earth is a topic that has given much to talk about and that has been widely discussed by many conspiracy theorists, who always have the notion that the interior of our planet is a hollow space, and this is still an object of study and controversy for the scientific community since the 18th century. Questions to ponder. Why is it forbidden to fly over the poles? Why does Google Earth censor polar latitudes? Why are seeds, plants, and tropical trees floating in the water from the interior of the icebergs? Why do thousands of birds and tropical animals migrate north during the winter? Why is it hotter in the poles than 1,500 kilometers away from them? And why does NASA censor the images related to the poles of the Earth? It all began in 1970 when the ESA of the United States published photographs taken by the ESA-7 satellite corresponding to the North Pole. One of the photographs appeared with the sky clear and revealing a huge hole where the pole should have been. There is the story of Admiral Richard E. Byrd, who left a record in his personal diary that he had experienced when flying over one of the poles in 1928. He witnessed the existence of wonderful valleys and the presence of prehistoric animals. These experiences impacted the general public, which began to question whether the theory of hollow Earth would be true. Following Byrd's experience, Amadeo Giannini wrote several articles and books such as Worlds Beyond the Poles, in which he theorized that Byrd had not flown over the Arctic, but had penetrated through one of the holes leading to the center of the Arctic Earth by mistake. It was then that Ray Palmer, based mainly on the aforementioned book by Giannini, published this theory in the December 1959 issue of his magazine, sending a voluminous correspondence in this regard. According to Giannini and Palmer, during his alleged flight over the North Pole in 1947, Vice Admiral Byrd radioed that he saw below him that it was not snow, but land areas with mountains, forests, vegetation, lakes, and rivers, and, among the weed, a strange animal that looked like a mammoth. On the other hand, we found great astronomers and mathematicians who supported the theory of the hollow Earth. One of them was the prestigious Dr. Edmund Halley, Royal Astronomer of England in the 18th century and discoverer of Halley's Comet. He postulated that the Earth was hollow inside, and inside it housed 3 concentric cones with a molten center of lava, which served as an inner sun. Newton also believed in this theory. Another scientist who defended the theory of the hollow Earth was Leonhard Euler, a mathematical genius of the 18th century. He argued that apart from being hollow, the Earth had 2 openings that corresponded to the poles of the globe. In 1965, a project led by the USSR was launched. It was to make a well 15 kilometers deep, which was called Kola Well. It is said that the results that came out of this project were not revealed to the public and that they could have heard the noise of human and animal voices with the help of some ultra-sensitive microphones. Studies with low-frequency waves have also been carried out to find out what is on Earth's soil. In these studies, it has been discovered that between 450 and 500 kilometers of depth, there is a change in the surface, a kind of linearity that delimits with another strip of the Earth. And after this phenomenon, the signal of the wave is completely lost, as if there were something abysmal from this distance. Only small vague noises and silence are captured. We also find contradictions at the hand of reputable scientists, since they have come to affirm that every 30 meters the temperature of the Earth increases by 1 degree. If so, its center, at a depth of 6,500 kilometers, would reach a temperature of 220,000 C, which would mean that the temperature of the interior of the Earth would be much higher than that of the Sun's crust, which only reaches 6,000 C. But is this theory reduced to Earth alone? The answer is no. Proponents of this theory claim that the other planets also consist of 2 polar holes and an inner sun. Once again, NASA would have modified the images that were taken of the planets of the solar system to censor the holes they have in their poles. Then there are the northern lights, which have been speculated to be the result of the inner sun housed in the center of the planet. One of the advocates and promoters of this theory was Marshall B. Gardner, who wrote the book Journey to the Earth's Interior. Gardner argued that there are polar lights on Mars, Venus, and Mercury, which come from the rays of their central suns, crossing the respective polar apertures. The polar lights that it radiates are those of the aurora borealis, not due to magnetism, but to the central sun of the Earth. What do you think? Share this video and follow us.